Coach, whenever you're ready, just your statement from this past week and then looking ahead to Youngstown State.
Yep. Okay, disappointed about the loss, but talked to the team afterwards. Didn't really talk to them about staying together because I know this team is together. And the biggest challenge this week is to respond like they have all season.
Questions?
Yeah, Coach, I just noticed here, I'm not sure how much film you watched, but they had a 21-point third quarter where they shut them out on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you know about the offense? I mean, they also just outplayed them in the receiving and rushing.
Well, I've watched a lot of film on Youngstown State. We've had a lot of crossover games, but also had a good amount of time yesterday to watch them. Southern Illinois was up, and this says a lot about Youngstown State. They came back and got back into the game, then pulled away. So this is a very explosive offense. They're very good on defense, but a very good football team.
With the rushing and the receiving there, how are you looking for the defense to slow them down, especially after they seemingly faltered on Saturday here?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the main thing is their quarterback. Quarterback is a very dynamic player with his feet and his arm. He can extend plays, but they got a great surrounding cast with their running backs, their wideouts, and their tight ends, and they're very good up front.
Do you have any update on Plez?
Well, we'll see. Hopefully to get him back this week. I think he was close last week, and I think he's even closer now, so hopefully have him back this Saturday.
Coach didn't run the ball as much as you want. I mean, you always want to run the ball, but that's another way to keep Youngstown's offense at bay this week is to run the ball. I know you're going to put more an emphasis on running the ball this week, especially on the road.
Yep, and we've got, it's going to start up front. And, may not show on the scoreboard and statistics, but I think our offensive lines continue to get better each week. But we got to have consistency, and it's not just there, it's all through the offense. We do that, things get going pretty good.
Got a lineman that's going to talk to us.
Yep.
Speaking of that offensive line, it's always plug and play. What has the line kind of been to your squad this year? They've stepped up big time when you needed them to.
Yeah, the continuity is everything, and having those same 5 guys in there. And this will be a big week, getting those guys having a great week of practice. I thought we've had really good last 3 weeks of practice. They've been really good. We got to have that this week.
Last road game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good, I would call it a rival. It is a rival because it's a conference game. ISU's played some big games at Youngstown over the years. We're expecting a big game, hopefully on Saturday on the road too, Coach.
Yep, it'll be an early morning game. We play at noon. We'll meet in the mornings this week, so we'll have the guys up early. But this is a great place to play. A lot of tradition, very exciting atmosphere. They'll have a great crowd. They're having a good year. But we have a long bus trip. We'll break it up halfway. Of course, we'll stay in Boardman, but looking forward to this opportunity.
Looking at Kamal Clark, he's on not necessarily the record-setting pace, but huge impact he's made to the defense. 119 tackles through the first 9-10 games this season. What's he brought to the team? What are you seeing? Because another good game like this past Saturday, he's up in the top 10 all time.
Yep. Well, he's really a good football player. He's contagious. He loves to play the game. I've been blessed to be around a lot of really good safeties, and he's as good as any, as far as tackling down the football. And you see it week in and week out. But his energy is contagious. There was a time in the game where he got tangled up on their sidelines. I wasn't sure quite what was going on there, but the officials blew it dead, and he was upset. Hey, I don't want to come out. And I said, hey, I don't make the rules. You got to come out for at least one play, and we got him right back in there. But he's a competitor, very good football player, and but he's contagious when you have him on the field.
Also want to just talk, the running game hasn't really been going the last 2 weeks, but that passing game has been explosive. Rashad, again, another long catch, 64 yards. I think it's the 5th touchdown we've had at 50-plus yards in the receiving game this year. Just how has that started to become a little bit of that game plan?
Well, we're capable of both. And to be balanced, we got to be able to do both. And that it just helps one another when we do that. But we got to get the run game getting back to where it was earlier in the year, and we got to match it up with our pass game, and we're more than capable of doing that.
All right, joining us now, offensive lineman Zach Simpson. Questions for Zach?
Zach, just to put it simple, the offensive line is going to have a tall order over there, especially after last season's game. So, what has the coach been speaking to you about? And really, in last Saturday, how do you bounce back from that?
I mean, yeah, after every game, I mean, you can constantly improve. I mean, I feel like as an offense as a whole, we don't believe we've played our best game of the season yet. I mean, you got to keep improving every week, until that next game. And I mean, O-line, D-line is pretty simple. Who's gonna be more physical? Who's gonna strain a lot longer?
You had a chance to do that on the road this week and impose
Sir.
your will against,
Yes, sir.
and keep a very good offense off the field while you guys hopefully stay on the field. Another opportunity, last road game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of the mindset as you guys get set for hopefully pulling a big upset on the
Yeah.
road?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, you go to somebody else's house, if you impose your will on them, be more physical, that, really set the tone, As an offense, it kind of sets the tone for the defense as well.
Sometimes offensive lines get overlooked. What has the offensive line kind of meant to this team, you think, so far this season?
I mean, it's keeping the quarterback upright. You talked about how the passing games really got going, and I feel like as we've been able to start to protect the passer a lot better, that's really been kind of why that passing game's opened up a lot.
To go with that. All right.
All right, joining us now, linebacker Drew Covington. Drew's coming off an 11-tackle game this past weekend. Questions for Drew?
Yeah, Drew, you, Clark, Yachts, and so y'all three have just been really big for the defense. So with this explosive offense on Saturday and this past Saturday, what do you take from those sort of matchups?
Well, I mean, I feel like every week's the same preparation-wise. Coach Ellison preaches consistency, and that's just what we got to embody. I believe we're a physical defense. I believe we bring everything we need to the table. Obviously, going into this week, Youngstown State, they got a good offense, good quarterback, can throw the ball well, run the ball well. Good O-line, as long as we just stay physical, stay consistent, and prepare this week the same way that we have the past, 10 weeks, I believe we'll be able to pull out a win.
What do you think just happened on Saturday that you guys weren't able to copy the South Dakota State game?
I think it was execution. I think, like I said, Coach Ellison preaches consistency, and I think we attacked the week the same as always. I think on game day, the execution just wasn't there. I think that's where we fell short.
What's the part of you to be part of a defense where guys have been stepping up all year long? Last week, this past week, you guys are going to step up. And what's it like to be a part of a defense like that and a big opportunity to step up Saturday against a high-powered offense?
I think we're really deep on defense, especially in the linebacker room. We got a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. You see it on game day. We rotate a lot at linebacker. We rotate a lot at D-line as well. Got a lot of guys that can play really well. Keeps us fresh. I think it's huge, for me, able to get the rest and able to attack every play with, 100% effort. And every guy can, Everybody that plays on defense can play really well, and everyone on defense has made plays. And so it's just important to be a well-rounded defense.
How important is it to finish the year strong, too? 2 big games left, but certainly the only big game is the one this week at Youngstown. How important is it to use the momentum of a couple weeks ago and hopefully finish the season with a couple of big wins, maybe?
Well, Coach Mallory talks about all the time, building our legacy, and back to Coach Ellison and the consistency. And what comes to my mind is the seniors this year, the guys that are in their last year, and making sure they get their 2 wins, finish out the year strong. And especially, like I know we talked about Kamal before. Kamal gives everything to his team, so why can't we give everything back? No matter what our record is, no matter what the score is, being able to fully give everything we got every minute of the game.